Hey everyone, we're out here today planting our spring perennial food plots. I'm not going to go through with you guys soil testing and ground prep and food plot locations. We've all seen that. We know kind of what we're doing in that aspect. I want to go through with you guys probably the most critical thing that's getting missed in the food plot industry right now. And that's when you guys go to that retail store, grab that bag of seeds and look at that seed tag. Most everyone are confused by this tag, and that's why we're out here today. So if you see a tag over the top of that other tag, it's double tagged, put it back on the shelf. That's telling you that seed's probably 2 years old. It's been retested, it's been re-tagged. But little do people know that the seed that was retested is not the seed that's in the bag. It's a seed batch or lot number that seed come from back at the factory. So that's probably been kept in a cool, dark area, out of the UV light, away from moisture, basically in a controlled temperature situation. Well, let's go through that seed tag. So we're gonna go right to the first thing, which is going to be your pure seed content. So look at that, that's critical. That's telling you how much alfalfa you guys are actually getting in this bag. So what the pure seed is gonna be is how much actually pure alfalfa is in there underneath the coating, takes out the noxious weed seed. That's your pure seed content. So you're gonna see coatings up to 34%. If you see coatings 50% or over 34%, in my opinion, put that bag back. It's basically like the Tootsie Roll center of a lollipop. So that hard coating takes longer to break down. It takes longer for that seed to germinate. So if there's 50% coating on this 3-pound bag of alfalfa, you're getting a pound and a half of pure seed and a pound and a half of coated seed. So that's not what you guys want. You're wasting money, in my opinion. So the next thing we're gonna look at on there is this seed hermetically packaged? So that is a little bit tougher to explain, other than hermetically packaged seeds don't have to be retested for 3 years. So this seed's hermetically packaged. It's good for 3 years on any shelf, any condition, it doesn't matter. Now that's approved by over 40 states in the US. So this is 85% germination. You're not gonna see many seeds fall below that. If you do not buy them. If you get below 80% germination, definitely don't buy them. I've seen 40% germination. But guys grabbing that seed are like, hey, that's a good deal, it's on sale. That's why it's on sale, you guys. Now our packaging, going back to what I said about hermetically packaged, is good for 3 years, approved by over 40 states in the US. Any of our other seeds being packaged in polywoven bags, plastic printed bags, clear jugs, require to be tested every 12 months. And the reason that is because the water vapor transmission of these products is 300 times greater than our packaging. So that means, see, this jug has only been sitting out for a little bit. Look at the moisture inside that jug. That's what's happening to your guys' seeds. So keep that in mind. And then the light. You can see the way the light is gonna penetrate the seeds. That's your UV protection. So that allows 100% UV light to penetrate the seed, whether it's on a retail shelf, whether it's in the factory, no matter what. So our UV penetration is 0 on this packaging. Our water vapor transmission rate is 300 times less, and we are below the recommended amount by the state for our water transmission rate. The seed producers are super interested in this packaging. They've been missing some things for years. So, but the UV rays literally kill the DNA of the seed. So when that, you guys are gonna say, well, yeah, my seed's germinated. So did the UV lights kill them in the packaging? Yes, if they germinate, they come up. We all have had the food plots that come up 2 or 3 inches and then they don't grow anymore. So that's DNA and cell damage, and that's all caused by UV lights in stores, UV lights on we're subject to every day of our lives, right? So that's very critical. Now getting to the moisture or the water vapor transmission rate, which you're also going to see that same study we have, that also causes cell damage in there's a whole list of damages that water vapor transmission causes, UV rays cause, and the proof is there. It's finally getting out, and you know, we care about your guys' success, and that's why we're spending that extra money in our packaging. You know, the price of this foil-lined bag versus the price of some of this stuff costs us 2 to 3 times more. But it's getting you guys a quality product you need. I mean, we're spending thousands of dollars in land prep, hundreds of hours. You guys are either taking it out of your own time from a busy work week, or you're paying somebody hundreds of dollars an hour to do it. And then we go out and we throw seeds down and they don't grow. We can all blame it on soil. We can blame it on whatever you want. And some of those factors are 100% true, but we're finding 50% of the time, it's what you guys are putting out there. Now, as far as planting your main food plot, like we're gonna plant here today, I recommend if you guys are going to plant any mixes in that plot, don't plant any more than 3. We don't go to our garden and we don't throw our green beans and tomatoes and our cabbage and our lettuce. We don't mix them up in a bucket and throw them in our garden and expect them to grow. They all have different growth rates. It's no different with our food plots. So your radishes are probably going to grow faster than your clovers. You look at everything, you can get studies, you can get information on growth rates of all your seeds. Growth to maturity, days to maturity, look at that. If those don't match, don't mix them together. So we're getting all these mixes out there, and there are some great mixes in the industry, don't get me wrong. But look at what you're getting. Do those seeds grow together? You know, look at the percentages you're getting. So you guys are out there, you want a clover, right? Clover's a great perennial plot. So when you grab that jug or bag of clover, you're thinking you're getting pure clover. Look on the back, look at the seed tag. Are you getting pure Riesling white clover, pure red clover? Or are you getting 7 different clovers in a mix? 9 times out of 10, that's what's going on right now in the industry. And guess what? One of those clovers are super expensive. One of those clovers create the most protein, calcium content for a deer. And if you look at the percentages, it's probably only 10% of your mix. If you want to mix clovers, mix them yourself. Then you know what you got. Mix your, you know, it takes literally 5 minutes to get a 5-gallon jug. Get all your seeds, mix them up, look at the growth rates, you know, look at days to maturity, all that. Otherwise, strip plant. That's a real big thing to test your property on what the deer want. You know, we can go out here today, we can plant a strip of alfalfa, a strip of clover, a strip of chicory, put cameras on there, find out, okay, most of our deer are in our chicory 90% of the time. So why waste money on clover and alfalfa then? Plant chicory the next year. So I love strip planting, especially if you guys are new to your property, whether it's in the spring perennials or you're doing fall, whether it's kale, radish, you know, any of the seeds that you're gonna plant late July, strip plant them, find out what the deer want. Or I recommend only mixing 3 seeds. I would not mix any more than that. Also pay attention to the size of your seed, you guys. If you got 3 different size seeds, they don't flow out of your seeder the same. So you're gonna seed your whole entire plot in your bigger seed. You look down in your hand seeder or in this seeder, all your big seed's gonna float right to the top because it's not gonna go through. You're gonna have to readjust your seed flow and then reseed again. So basically your whole plot, your mix didn't get seeded properly. If you guys have any questions, once again, feel free to call us. Our phone number's on our website. Feel free to email us, contact us on Facebook. If you guys want to buy seeds, go right on our website, www.whitetailproductsgonewild. Go to any of our large retailers. But once again, you guys, have fun with it. We do a lot of custom food plot stuff. We've got burnt by a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of seeds out there that are old, and just any questions, once again, you guys contact us, and thank you for your time.